Yeah, today I'm playing as the Dutch East Indies. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a more normal expansion today. Not anything crazy like expanding into East Africa, which would be like theoretically optimal. I'm going to stick to mostly the Indonesia strategic region, maybe a little bit in Indochina, like at least Malaysia, because, Malaysia is basically Indonesia. Australia, that's basically rightful Indonesian territory eventually, but anyway, at the start, what text do I want to research? I guess we have dialectics. So I'm going to go into railways, water tube boiler, or let's do the water tube boiler first, I guess. And then I'll go for um, pharmaceuticals, I guess, and joint stock companies and steel frame buildings. Doesn't matter too much. I'll go up to iron frame construction, start building up some construction sectors, also start building up some logging camps. We can start the game with bad logging camp PMs, but we can just swap those up to being the good ones, and then that'll be very productive because the Dutch market does need a lot of wood. As the East Indies, our biggest problem is that we only have 15% literacy, meaning our qualifications are awful. So I'm going to start out by putting social mobility in West and Central Java, and actually also I think the Sunda Islands, because these are one of our best sources of iron, so getting qualifications there is going to be pretty important. And yeah, just build up a lot of logging, and that should be very good for our starting industry. Then don't know if do I want to pass agrarianism, because the thing is I would like interventionism more, but we'd have to get off of serfdom first, and I'd kind of like to pass agrarianism while we wait for our peasant movement and stuff to spawn. I think I'll go agrarianism, especially 'cause it's actually probably going to be like the 1860s till the capitalists actually beat the aristocrats in investment pool, so yeah, I'll go agrarianism for now. I forgot to declare the war day one. It's not a big deal though, because I expect to be running zero infamy quite a lot this game. I'm gonna invade Bali. Yeah, Bali is a pretty easy invasion target. If Portugal joins, that would be amazing for us because we can take the Sunnis from them without having to deal with their huge coalition of allies that they start the game with: Great Britain, France, and Spain. Yeah, Portugal does indeed join in, so I will conquer the Portuguese Sunda Islands. I guess I'll start conscripting up because Portugal being in the war is going to make things a little bit tough, but with conscripts it should be very doable. I'm going to temporarily remove the social mobility from Central Java so I can start bolstering the peasant movement, because after we get agrarianism, we do need to get off of serfdom and then get off of no schools. We really need that literacy to go up. Oh, I need more generals so that I stop running huge org penalties, because yeah, org penalties are going to make it quite hard to win this war. Guess I'll go in the defense while I wait for my org to come back up. So far the war is going pretty good. We're winning, taking over the Portuguese Sunda Islands and Bali. 50% occupation in both, roughly. About to be 75%. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Agrarianism is going very good. We're basically guaranteed to get that on the next pass, I think. Now with that war basically won, I'll go for Siak. That'll be a nice little invasion over here. Give us a bit more of Aceh and finish off North Sumatra. I guess Jambi is still in North Sumatra, but at least it'll be owned by us and our subjects. We pass agrarianism, which is very nice. I'm going to request support regime from the Dutch. The extra legitimacy will be nice for trying to pass public schools. What's going to be the most legitimate way to do this? It looks like just this is going to be the most legitimate way to do it. It's only 26 legitimacy, but I guess it's because we have a radical in charge of our intelligentsia right now. Oh, I forgot, I need to get off of serfdom. Oops. Well, that's going to create a slight amount of radicals, but it's really not a huge issue. And then I'll just go tenant farmers, and with the help of the abolitionist and movement, this shouldn't exactly be too hard of a pass. I should pin this Reform the Indies journal entry so we can see what we need for it. If we can get some pretty small buffs, it's either 20% capitalist investment pool contribution efficiency for 10 years, or 10% qualifications. I think I'm going to take the qualifications. 10% qualifications isn't a lot, but we actually really need qualifications. You look at our army is lacking qualifications. Construction sector, no, these aren't lacking qualifications yet, but trust me, they will. Portuguese Sunda Islands, very nice. Now we own the entirety of that Sunda Island state, which is pretty nice because it's got 24 iron, which I mean isn't that much compared to say Australia's New South Wales with 36 and 80 coal in the same spot, but for Indonesia region it's actually really good. I'm running a pretty big government administration deficit, so I will build up 3 more government administrations in West Java to solve our bureaucracy. In fact, actually I should build up like 6. This is probably going to run into qualification issues, but we'll need it for public health, or not public health insurance, public schools. Public health insurance is going to be quite a bit later, because Art starts the game marginalized, so it's going to be a little bit tough to pass it. Although the trade unions are actually looking not too bad in terms of clout. I'm going to now stop bolstering the peasant movement, because we don't need it anymore. Yeah, we got tenant farmers through. Now, per capita tax is an option, but I think I would rather go schools right now. So, bring the intelligentsia into government. 27 legitimacy, alright. Now go public schools. Somehow my legitimacy just went down to like 20. I don't know why. I guess I just need to exile this guy and get a better leader, because, yeah, radical is just not good enough. Okay, with abolitionist is 51 legitimacy, which is better. I'm out of infamy. I guess I'll go conquer Aceh. Doesn't really matter that we sat on 0 infamy, because after we conquer like most of Indonesia and this, I don't really have too much more I want to conquer that I will be able to conquer very easily. Like the Philippines and Australia are not super easy targets, especially if Spain still has their ally. The USA wants a defensive pact with me? Sure. Next, I'll go for Brunei. That'll be a little bit nice. It's a pretty good state, you know, there's a lot of some gold mines that spawn here. There's a reason that, well, for a long time, everyone was conquering Brunei in all their runs. I don't think that good, but it's pretty good. And we're running negative infrastructure here. That's not ideal. I don't have railways unlocked yet. Oh, I should swap all my mines up to condensing engine pump, except that I actually only have 1 mine apparently. Yeah, I should build more iron mines over here in the Sunda Islands, and I guess some coal mines in West Java. The Atmo engine, this gives us some tech progress on railways, which is nice. Apparently the Dutch have decided to give America and Britain investment rights, meaning that we can get invested in by them, which I don't like that too much, because, yeah, that's gonna not be too good for our infrastructure here in West Java if they just build up like 50 cotton plantations or whatever. But so far, it looks like Britain and America aren't building up too much in us. And yeah, these government administrations are running into pretty severe qualifications issues, so I'm going to have to build up in more states. I passed public schools, right as I was putting on some social mobility decrees. That's very nice. We'll want to level that up for sure. These are some very cursed Russian borders. They just stole Manchuria from the Chinese, but not outer Manchuria. I'm going to go back to bolstering the peasant movement just because I want to get a little bit more support for per capita tax, because the landowners really hate it right now. I'm actually confused why the landowners are so mad. Oh, apparently I failed the petition. Oh, that's not... I was going to invade Belungan, but unfortunately the Chinese want to support them, so I'm going to improve relations with China so that we can hopefully invade Belungan without any issues, because that would be pretty bad if we had some issues. For an annexation on Tidor, I think they're our strongest subject, so we might as well annex them. 100,000 GDP is pretty solid. Probably after these guys, the Malaysian countries are going to be the best ones to invade, because Belungan, Bhutan, and Maguindan are all supported by the Chinese, or at least are very likely to. Actually, Johor is too. Selangor? No. Or is everyone liked by the Chinese? Perak is kind of liked by the Chinese too. So I guess we're probably just going to stick with this for a little while we build up the economy. Looks like we've got quite a bit of investment pool to send, so yeah, guess I'll build up some more construction sectors in like North Sumatra or whatever. We're very much in need of more qualifications. Low acceptance of culture is really killing these possibility to get qualifications. Wow, like negative 90% qualifications as well as negative 30% from cultural exclusion? I didn't know that was a thing. That would explain why it's so bad. Apparently we're getting like negative 90% qualifications from low acceptance of culture. This would explain why our qualifications are so bad. I was not aware of this mechanic where low acceptance of culture gives like negative 93%, because it also gives negative 30% from that. Wow, that's a pretty big penalty. I think that might be new to 1.10. That would explain why I feel like qualifications are so much worth it. I guess I'll also go for an annexation on Banjar. They're our second biggest subject. After this, we'll just have a bunch of tiny subjects left. Sorry, I should not be going to steel frame buildings. After I get pharmaceuticals, I'm going to go into human rights, because I want to get multiculturalism. And then pan-nationalism for getting independence. Yeah, we might actually want to invest in some universities. This could help with qualifications as well, I guess. Yeah, I'll build like 5 universities in West Java and East Java. We'll try and do that, I guess. It's gonna be a little bit expensive, but it will hopefully help out with qualifications and give us some technology speed. So we can get human rights and pan-nationalism a little bit faster. I'm gonna start going per capita tax now. I believe the landers are not gonna hit -5 now. It should be a pretty doable pass. 26% success versus 32 stall. Oh, but the peasant movement is not helping us out. That's a little bit unfortunate. The Free States of America is trying to secede from America. Cool, that's very rare. Capita tax is through. Very, very good. I guess I should go up to very, or not very high, just high taxes. That'll be a nice amount of income. Yeah, I can afford a lot more construction if the game will actually let them get qualifications. It looks like we can maybe get some more qualifications. Unfortunately, the Dutch are losing market access, just barely right now, but if that continues, that could be a pretty big problem. I'm going to invest in a much bigger Java government administration so that I can turn up my education institution because I need more literacy. Dang, China really wants to join these guys. That's very unfortunate. Is China actually just going to join all of these guys? Even though we're cordial? That's crazy. I can try allying China, I guess. Okay, well, I allied China. Well, that'll make it so that they won't join against me, I guess. That's nice. There's Belungan. Guess I'll now go for Bhutan, and then these countries is kind of weird that I pronounce this the same way as I pronounce Bhutan, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It doesn't seem like you'd pronounce this button, right? I don't know. The Dutch started knowledge sharing me, which is very, very nice. I'd like to get those extra 15% tech spread instead of -10%. That's like 26% more tech spread compared to before, which is very, very nice. It'll let me get my human rights a little bit faster, which is why I really shouldn't go for independence too early, I think, as well as the fact that becoming Indonesia would getting multiculturalism like basically impossible. I'm gonna go for secret police. It's always nice to get the political movement activism of revolutions down, and secret police will help out with that quite a lot. I'm gonna annex Johor. Gotta get Malaysia or West Malaysia. Apparently the state's called Malaya. We gotta get this state, of course, because Indonesia. Basically, we gotta include Malaysia and Indonesia. Everyone knows those are basically the same country, probably. I need to split off some armies so that I can actually land this. I only have one navy right now. That's not ideal. I guess I'll get one troop and he'll invade Bhutan, but after that, I need to go for some more navy. Yeah, I build up one in each tile. West Java, Central Java. Do we have anything else that doesn't have terrible construction malices? Sunda Islands. Okay, that's probably about how many build. That's good enough, I think. I've got my 8 troops and 8 boats now, so I can go for Johor, and that shouldn't be too hard of a war. I can also invade Perak. With Qing as an ally, it's a lot better. With Qing just being able to join every war was pretty annoying, but now that that doesn't happen, we're in a much better ability to conquer Southeast Asia. Indian modernist revolt? Interesting. Well, we got all of Malaya. Just had to annex all those countries, but it was fairly easy because we had line infantry and they didn't. We got this 15% trade capacity. This is a natural harbor. I don't think these 3 places were natural harbors before. They added a ton more natural harbors in 1.10. Like so many. Zanzibar, Yemen, all of these weren't natural harbors before pretty much. I think all 3 of these ones in Indonesia weren't. Oh, I have 5 million radicals. Our SOL is not good enough, I guess. So everyone is becoming a radical. That is not ideal to have turmoil like basically everywhere. I don't know how we can easily trigger a civil war. Maybe banning slavery could give us a civil war. I kind of want to go interventionism right now. Maybe let's just ban slavery. That could be a pretty good civil war to fight. I should probably suppress the pro-slavery movement before I do that. So let's just raise government wages real quick to get over 200 authority, then suppress it, and then in a little bit I'll declare that play. Or not declare the play, but try to ban slavery. Okay, the pro-slavery movement's down to 8%. I'm pretty sure it's not going to go that much lower than that, so I'm just going to go for banning slavery now. Because it seems to stay for a while. And yeah, we'll see what the Civil War is like, but I think we should hopefully be able to win it. And that should reset our radicalism, giving us a lot less turmoil. We've got a lot of turmoil right now. Oh, apparently the Dutch joined Burma in this, so we're fighting the British right now. I think this will be pretty soon anyway. Okay, the pro-slavery movement is taking a lot of the country. 106 of the troops. Okay, that doesn't look great. But I think I can call USA in, right? Oh, I had a defensive pact with USA. It looks to be over. Did I have a US? Was that a different game? I feel like I had a defensive pact with USA. Um, well, I'm gonna try to get a defensive pact with USS, and hopefully we can call them into the Civil War, and then with the Dutch's help as well, we should be able to win it. It's gonna be tough, but it should be winnable, hopefully. Well, we're having a bad market access because the Dutch were at war with the British, but that looks like the war just ended, so market access is being restored. We had a slight little economic crash because of that, but it seems to be going fine again for the most part. We just have slightly lower market access now. It seems to be going back quickly. Fight the pro-slavery movement, and we should be in a pretty good position after that. I might actually end up failing slavery ban because I got 2 setbacks on it before the Civil War started, but now our setback or stall chance is like 2%, so we should be fine. Hopefully. I'll sign to this front because I think this is the most important front. And I will call USA. Looks like the Chinese do not like me. Oh, the Indians don't like me either. That's not good. Well, hopefully India doesn't actually join, because that would actually be pretty catastrophic if India joined against me. But for now, it looks pretty decent. Okay, Spain joins the slaver revolt. We don't like that at all. I hate that a lot. Why Spain? Why would you do this? That's annoying. Luckily, Spain's like 80 days away. But I guess the war starts in like 50 days, so that might not matter too much. But we can try to get some battles in before Spain is maybe. Oh, but we also have low org, just giving low supply. This war is not so easy. Yeah, okay, this might be a problem. I guess I could try to use this 1 stack for a naval invasion. Yeah, that's probably the best use of this 1 stack, is to just try to like naval invade the capital of the revolt. Getting a revolt is not ideal, but it'll be fine. How's our first battles going? Okay, they're not going very good, so I guess I need to go on defense. And we sort of just need to hope for the best. Yeah, doesn't look great. But we at least have this naval invasion, except that they have 15 troops assigned to it, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Okay, maybe we still win this. We got a good battle there. Um, yeah, things don't look great, but we can win with the help of the USA. Surely, surely. They're capping out kind of fast at this point, so as long as our capital stays unoccupied, we're kind of fine. Oh, I'm not picking a company because I want my reinvestment. Also running a bit of negative bureaucracy. I guess I can build up some government administrations in the Sunda Islands. Okay, looks like USA is winning. We got Central Java occupied. Very good. Yeah, the slaver revolt's gonna be over in just a couple. Oh, with the Civil War over, I should demobilize the conscripts. I have like 1 billion conscripts in this army. That's making it way too big. Where's my non-conscript army? I had like 15 troops in my army. I guess I don't have that anymore. Okay. Let's give this 1 stack 7 more troops. And then I can eliminate Bhutan. Oh, why can I not do this? Oh, because it's demobilized. Okay, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll have to transfer from this army then. Oh, but this army has a bunch of line infantry. That's not or I mean, a bunch of skirmish infantry. I guess I'll just do that then. Wait, what happened? I'm so confused. Why did it not transfer this army? Okay, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna merge them. And now you got 10 troops. I'll delete 2 skirmish, and then I'll go for the landing on Bhutan, because something happened where they like had a civil war or something, and now they're just on this tiny little island, so I gotta invade them again. With the civil war over, we're down to only having like 2 million radicals, which is very nice. It means we don't have any turmoil penalties anymore. Slavery banned. Very good. We finally have reformed the Indies. Now we can get plus 10% qualifications, which is pretty nice. The other option is 20% capitalist investment pool contribution efficiency, but I don't think capitalists are really providing much to our investment pool right now. Yeah, only 2,500 is coming from financial districts right now, which is not a whole lot. We've got very interesting interest groups now that the landowners were crushed, which is sort of weird. I mean, maybe we could go technocracy here, just like that. Although I would kind of like to get women's suffrage, and that would make women's suffrage not really passable. I guess we can't get the trade unions in government. Let's probably just go interventionism, get the capitalist investment pool contribution efficiency malice from agrarianism, and it's just going to be better long term to be on interventionism because of that. Even though it might be worse in the short term. We're losing a lot of money in our investment pool right now because reinvestment is staying as our GDP rises. Oh, actually, I got human rights. Apparently we have 0% multiculturalism odds. The minority rights movement is not very mad at the moment. That is actually a bit of a problem. The minority rights movement is so happy. I guess instead of suppressing the pro-slavery movement, I'll bolster that, but yeah, we really don't know how we can make the minority rights movement more. Oh, the minority rights movement doesn't even want multiculturalism. Huh. That's actually a bit of a problem. Okay, we really need a Javan national movement or something. I'm gonna remove my social mobility decrees. Apparently I had them in some random states because of the Civil War. Removing them from the good states. I'll do road maintenance in these states. Resource industry in these. I think that's probably good. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get migrants if we can't go multiculturalism. I guess after we go interventionism, I can go no migration controls, which will be something, but yeah, we're gonna need to figure something out for multiculturalism. I'm just surprised I'm already number 4 GDP as Dutch East Indies in 1856. I wouldn't have expected them to be this good. Oh, we got a Javan national movement? That's amazing. That's so good. I'm gonna go grab 200 authority so that I can start bolstering that. Let's go. Big nice. Oh, and a Malaccan. It's not as big, but it's might just have to cancel interventionism. I need to damage relations with the Netherlands because I think I'm going to be getting independence kinda soon. I guess I'll start annexing more of my subjects. Might as well. I guess actually maybe we want to keep a couple of them around just so that we can have some more mandate in our block. Although they're all going to be insignificant powers, aren't they? Yeah, unrecognized power. They're all unrecognized powers, so that's probably not a concern. Actually, I'm going to keep them anyway though, because we do need at least 10 members for the final mandate, right? Oh, right as I click the power block screen, the Dutch form of power block. That's crazy, RNG. I promise I didn't plan that. It's weird that we're just all of a sudden getting more national movements. Maybe it's because of getting human rights that all the national movements. Interventionism passed. Very nice. I'm gonna go health insurance now. Or, oh yeah, I wanted to go multiculturalism. How did I forget? I'm crazy, clearly. How could I be forgetting such an obvious thing that I need to be doing? Go in multiculturalism. Very nice job in national and giving almost 29% support. Multiculturalism is going really well. I think I've gotten 2 successes in a row. 3 successes in a row on multiculturalism? I guess there was like a 3% chance of that happening. Well, the RNG gods are in my favor today, I guess. I mean, did we have anything that went bad today? I can't think of anything that went bad on the law passes, so, I guess I just gotta be happy for the RNG gods blessing me. I'm gonna go right to associate, because the negative 30% qualifications from guild system is not very nice. My reinvestment is really collapsing as we approach 50 million in GDP. So since 1.10.3, getting independence will nationalize all Dutch buildings, which is actually very nice because they own like 12 million of our industries. So probably want to go for independence pretty soon here. We can request support regime. They accept knowledge or request market control, which is not ideal for us. We need to damage relations as much as possible to be able to declare independence. Looking at things the Dutch are supplying for us, it looks like engines is something we want to build up. And looking at the things we have too much of, iron, wood, probably want to get some trade centers for all this, because we're going to be exporting a lot. We've got tons of peasants, or not tons of peasants, we've got a ton of unemployment because they built up all of our sub-farms. I'm going to go bulk trading so that we can trade a bit more. That'll be good. Building up the trade centers, and we get our independence. It'll be very good for us. Got right to associate. Now, maybe I can get the trade unions and government for public health insurance. Let's take a look. Is it possible to get the trade unions and government? No, seemingly not. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. We could go prop tax. Or no, the labor movement is no longer mad enough for that. Huh. I guess I could pass something that they want, like consumption-based taxation, and then that one makes them mad enough to go prop tax, which I do want to do. Get 27,000 more income would be very nice. For my independence war, I would like to get a great power supporting my independence so that we can just invade the invade the Netherlands really easily. Let's see, can we get like Belgium supporting our independence? Yeah, that's nice. I think, it's not really that good practically, but for the memes, I think I'm gonna take a tree port in the Netherlands. How is my reinvestment literally 30,000? What in the world? That's like zero. Actually, what? How? These buildings should be generating way more reinvestment than that. Oh, they're all owned by the stupid Dutch. The Dutch bought all my paper. The Dutch bought all wood. That would explain why. Evil Dutch, how dare you do this to me? I can declare a humiliation war and then add independence. That is certainly a thing I could do. Oh, now the Dutch would support my regime? No! Okay, looks like I can get an alliance and support independence with the Prussians. Very nice. Now I'm going to expel diplomats on the Netherlands, and then... Oh, if I declare independence, the British would join? So actually, I'm going to hold off a little bit longer on demanding independence, just because I do actually need to pass no migration controls. If we can't get that, that would be pretty terrible. And I guess I should try to lock amendment prop tax as well as no migration controls. The problem is no migration controls is going to become way harder after we get our independence because we're going to have like a giant PB. Who could we lock amendment from? For prop tax, probably not many people. I guess like we need someone with like a big labor movement that's activist. Okay, seems like we can't really get a lock amendment for prop tax, so we'll just have to wait till what's it called? We'll just have to wait till no migration controls. Then we'll use a lock amendment for no migration controls. Once we are pretty close to passing no migration controls, I'll probably go for independence. Oh, big North German Fed just formed. Germany is calling me as their ally against France. I will join them, and I will take, nothing. I thought, no, 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 they don't have anything that we want to take. This is Siamese, not French. Okay, okay. We'll just occupy this. Not really important. Well, maybe we'll just capitulate out of the war, unless something important gets added against me. Oh, the USA wants to enforce investment rights against me? That's kind of important. Russia, Austria, and Prussia all against France and USA. It looks like it's not going very good because Austria and Russia aren't mobilizing much. I don't need to be bolstering the job and national movement anymore. That'll give me some enactment time. Yeah, it definitely looks like Germany's gonna lose this play. Oh, I forgot. I need to start passing no migration controls. Let's do that. Okay. Law commitment from... We need it from a great power, so UK is maybe our best bet. UK is not liking me too much, but we can probably get a no migration controls law commitment from them. I'll owe them an obligation, and we can just offer them that. Okay, they decline. Okay, Britain, I'll give you $1.5 thousand for the privilege of telling me to pass no migration controls. So yeah, you should really accept that, I think. I think it'd be very nice of you if you could just accept that. No, they decline. Is there anyone else with industrialists in government that I could use? No, not really. I don't think Spain's a great power, right? Yeah, so I guess I'll have to just offer the UK $3,000 instead. And that way they should accept. Yep, they do. Okay, very nice. First success on no migration controls done. Only two more, only two more. Another success on no migration controls. Nice. I just got no migration controls. Very nice. That's a pretty quick pass. Now, do I want to declare independence? I think I do. The UK is... UK might join the play, but they probably won't. Or they probably will, I mean. I'm gonna declare independence from the Netherlands. And I kind of wanted to take a treaty port on them, but that's not actually possible. I don't really know why, it's just not. If I were to conquer Dutch Western New Guinea, they could just recreate Dutch Western New Guinea, so I'm not going to conquer it. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Because of the war, our GDP has dropped quite a bit. Do I have enough trade centers for this? No, probably not. Let's build some more trade. That'll be good. Nice, I managed to occupy Dutch Western New Guinea and Eastern New Guinea, I guess. Yeah, we need to defend against these French naval invasions and stuff. Oh, I can just white peace France. Okay, that's good. Now we've got to deal with the Dutch. They're probably going to be less of a threat. I'll just demob this army, actually. We don't need it. It'll be fine. It's just the Dutch, right? I don't think the British joined. Yeah, they didn't. I can pass into compulsory primary school, so I guess I'll do that. It'll help remove that plus 5% mortality on a lot of jobs. Germans are getting the Netherlands some more casualties, so they're willing to capitulate faster. Very nice. I'm receiving quite a few mass migrations. That's nice. Yeah, Koreans. Oh, that's actually really good to get Korean mass migration, except that we're not getting any Koreans actually migrating. Yeah, that's unfortunate that we're not actually getting any Korean migrants. But in theory, it would be good. Okay, I could have demanded independence earlier, but we are now independent. Oh, Spain declared war on me. Okay. I mean, I guess that's a thing they can technically do. Sure, I will take the Philippines from you. I think I should get the East Indies end. Yeah, we don't, it doesn't count being in semi-war like this. Oh, Lanfang joins. Oh, China joins. Oh, that's not ideal. Yeah, we need to just not send like a billion troops at us. Am I already out of maneuvers for real? I am, so I can't actually take Lanfang. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I do want to create a power block. I guess I could create a military treaty just to take Lanfang, but that seems a little bit overkill. I'm just going to create a trade league, I guess. The East Indies end. I will become Indonesia. Very nice. We're now blue. I'm gonna upgrade to skirmish infantry to try to win this war. Because the war is, it's not going the greatest right now. In fact, it's going really bad. Okay, the front has now merged into one big front. Which, that's not great. Especially because the front is -20. We don't like to see that very much. Maybe this war is just for Pontianak. Okay, I should make some companies. We'll go for metalworks and wood. Yeah, sure. Give this an industry trader on steel, monopolize tooling and steel, and then give this monopolies on logging and rubber. Very good. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. The war, it doesn't look like it's going to go well, but maybe it will go well. With the power of China hopefully capitulating before Germany, not happening. Okay, well that's not good. The war has suddenly turned in my favor. Okay, well this is very good. Yeah, I think we're just gonna take, yeah, we took the Filipino capital, okay. I don't know why the front split or resplit in two. I guess they managed to occupy Indonesian Luzon again. That's very good. Now I just need to go, like, split off one troop to go do a naval invasion on Spanish South Cameroon to enforce the humiliate that got accidentally added because I didn't see the war in time. And that'll be very good. Oh yeah, I should try to get people on my block. Let's add interest over here in like South America and maybe like Portugal. Nope, Portugal hates me. Who likes me? It doesn't hate me. Yeah, I guess we'll just do like the South Americans in Mexico. I'm making so much money. I should just, I'm gonna go full steel frame. What could possibly go wrong? Everything is the answer to that question, but it will be fine. Yeah, we'll just build some construction sectors. Still, you know, it'll be fine. Then we'll build some glass. We'll realize our glass PM is on the wrong PM. We'll upgrade it to the right PM, and everything will be fine. I had my mic pointing the wrong way, so it didn't sound very good. But I transferred the Philippines in the war with Spain, and I've now signed a bunch of treaties with all of these countries to hopefully be able to get them into the bloc. I am signing a treaty with Chile, and yeah, now I'm also going to sign a treaty with Argentina. And then hopefully that'll be enough to get all these guys in our block, because we do need some more power block mandates. Malay mass migration from France. How about we start getting some... Oh yeah, I need to open India's borders. That's how we get real mass migrations. Law commitment, no migration controls. Support independence, no obligation. I mean, I kind of don't want to support their independence. Let's try not doing that. I will offer India $5,000. Buying that for 10 years. Accept. Very good. Hopefully India will actually pass no migration controls, because that would be very, very much appreciated. I guess I'm going to conquer Maguindanao, because the British are trying to protectorate it, so we just conquer it. That won't really matter, because it won't exist. Argentina can become the first member of ASEAN. Unfortunately, I think they're not a minor power yet. They're not a minor power yet. I guess I should go for an investment. Oh, I did get investment. So yeah, hopefully they'll over time get strong enough to become a minor power, so they actually give mandate progress. GDP starting to go up. Are we getting some migration, or what's going on? Looks like we're getting a little bit of migration into like South Sumatra, and we were getting a little bit into Aceh. How's India's passing migration controls going? Oh, they are trying to pass it. Looks like the odds of it are pretty decent, so hopefully they'll succeed. I forgot to incorporate some of my mistakes. Oops. Chile and Peru, welcome to ASEAN. Now that's gonna kill our cohesion. Oh, I need to improve relations with the Philippines. Also, I can stop damaging with Siam and just take this over. Except that the French might join. Will they? No, the French seemingly don't even have an interest. No, the French are their overlord. Okay, well, so I guess I can't do that then. Maybe I can buy it from them, but I kind of doubt it. It's 200. Actually, that might be affordable. Let's see. Can we buy that? Kind of. Defensive pact? Yes. Okay. Nice. Now we can maybe buy this from India at some point. The evil Dutch still have a company in my country. I don't know if I can be allowing this. I think I'm gonna have to nationalize the Dutch. I think it's bugged for the independence nationalizing buildings. I don't think it works for what's it called? Um, regional HQs, unfortunately. Why am I only nationalizing like 30 buildings from this? And why does that cost 5 million? That's so much money. But yeah, where's the rest of the buildings that they own? Because they definitely own more than that many buildings, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's because I have the wood monopoly. Yeah, let's remove the... I can't remove it yet. Maybe later I'll nationalize their wood industries as well. The trade unions are sabotaging my state construction efficiency, so I'm gonna go public health insurance to make them stop giving me negative 10% state construction efficiency, because it was very annoying. Also, public health insurance is a nice law to get through, I guess. Yeah, I guess we should build up some government administrations. We gotta get that bureaucracy. 20% tax waste is not ideal. Bolivia, welcome to the block. Very nice. More mandate. Looks like no migration controls is not going very well for India. How dare they? I'm getting quite a lot of migrants, or I was getting quite a lot of migrants into South Sumatra. It seems to vary quite a lot by tick, but we had a tick there where we were getting like 19,000 migrants. If only it would be consistent. Yeah, it would be very nice if it was consistent, but it's not, unfortunately. Oh, no migration controls is on phase 2. That's something. I got defensive pacts and investment rights with New Granada and Mexico because we weren't getting enough leverage on them. Public health insurance is looking pretty close to passing. If this revolt wins in China, it's over for China. Proportional taxation in China is so bad. Oh, the revolt is losing. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's definitely losing. No, the Raj failed to pass no migration controls. This is a great defeat. Got my first mandate. Obviously, I'm gonna go freedom of movement. Gotta get all those migrants. Oh, Mexico requests to join. I guess we should also invite New Granada. Very nice. Yeah, now we're getting mandates like every 2.5 years or something. I'm gonna turn on machined steel tools. That'll help increase my tooling workshops quite a bit. Oh, we're running a bit of a rubber shortage, but I'm pretty sure as these rubber plantations employ us. I'm gonna turn off labor saving PM. I didn't mean to be using labor saving PM. I don't know how I got turned on. Probably by the secession, or I mean revolution. Wait, what? We ended up at war with the UK? That's not very good. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's very bad. Well, I didn't realize this was happening. Um, so the British are invading me, and I just realized this. That's not exactly ideal. In fact, it's the opposite of ideal. It's very bad. Oh, and the Indians aren't even in the war, so I guess I can't even go for, like, transfer EIC. Or, I'm not transfer EIC, I mean conquer, Singapore. Okay, well, I guess I'll station an army ready to take out British Indian Malaya if they get called in. I will start conscripting up soldiers to defend, and I need to find something to naval invade. Probably South Georgia, I don't know. Yeah, I'll start a naval invasion on South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. Actually, they're just called South Atlantic Islands in this game. Yeah, we'll go for that, and we'll be ready to defend against them. Okay, they're sending a lot of stuff at me, so I'm going to conscript up as much as possible. And Might even really want to go pro army here, but I don't know how practical that is. We're running not enough convoys actually, so I should build more ports. Um, where are ports gonna be most profitable? West Java. Okay, I'll build up some ports in West Java. We don't have an industrial ports unlocked yet. All right. I guess that's fine. Yeah, this war is gonna take a while. I'm changing over to going for the British Guatemala because it's undefended instead of being defended by a couple of troops. We like really need more armies to defend this. Because yeah, they're gonna try to triple land me. And that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I'm gonna make the armed forces really happy by passing professional army. That way we get our plus 10% offense defense, because I think we might need it for this war. This war is not going very well. I mean, at least we're... Yeah, okay, I split the army in two so that we wouldn't get everything to battle. Wait, what? I thought I had these guys on only... Oh, I wanted to do no borrowing, not only Indonesian formations borrowing. Oops. Yeah, I wanted to do no borrowing so we don't, like, get these empty battles, and instead it's, like, always 50-50, or roughly. Yeah, that's better. Oh, actually we won one of the battles, so now we're good. Now I can send this army actually into here, which will help out. And yeah, now UK is slowly losing more support. They'll start losing more support faster once I actually occupy British Guatemala. Except that they brought a 35 stack navy to stop me. No. Oh, but their army in the region is seemingly gone, so I can maybe do a naval invasion on the Caribbean Bahamas now. Yeah, okay, this seems to be working. We'll get into the Bahamas, and that'll be our war goal accomplished. Yeah, I should have picked a real war goal, but we got humiliation in. Probably would have been best to like transfer Australia or something. That would have been kind of hard to enforce, but it would have been nice to get. Getting convoy rated to death is nice. Yeah, it's so bad to just get convoy rated to death. Like I got so many new convoys here, but they're just all gone. Yeah, it's so bad. I need to grant markets to all of these guys, or else we're just doomed to have no convoys anymore. Okay, yeah, that fixes our convoy shortage, but we still have yeah, we still have no market access, which is terrible. I like need to get out of this war. I would have to give them all three. Yeah, I just can't do that. I'm not doing that, bro. UK. We're just gonna have to accept no market access for a while. It's gonna be like under a year. The UK is losing 2 war support per tick, but my GDP has dropped 50% because of this. Okay, we're finally gonna make peace with the British. Finally. Very good. Now we can have a country again without zero market access. Only like 30% market as the convoy rating slowly goes away. Very slowly. Or not actually that slowly. Yeah, we're already up to 50% market access actually. It's coming back pretty quickly. It's like that canceled my treaty with the Raj. Oh, and now I can't offer them an obligation. Please pass no migration controls. Please, Raj. Please pass it. Please. Okay, I need to give them like 6,000. No, I can give them a little bit more. 6,200. Let's check. What's 7,500 give? Yeah, okay, this is exactly the amount we can give. Please accept. No, they decline. Okay, please accept a max money transfer. If they decline, then I have to just wait a year and then ask them again, I guess. 10-year binding period. I guess I should do 25-year because I don't really care about the money that much. No, they decline. I guess I can try improving relations, actually. Oh, also I can try building a bigger fleet than them. I should have a big fleet anyway, I guess. Is this worth it? Yeah, I'm gonna probably... Actually, I like don't have the better tech for it, but that's fine. We'll get the better tech soon enough, probably. Yeah, we'll get it pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. No, we're not, we're gonna get ironclads in a second, but we're gonna be quite a while away from getting probably. I guess I should revoke everyone's market control now that I actually have convoys again. Yeah, it'll be nice to have them in the market. Okay, revoke market control on everyone. Now I'll grab freedom of movement too. Okay, India's finally willing to try again, except the odds are a little bit worse this time. 6,200. Please accept. No. Okay. 7,500. Please accept. 24th of March, we can ask. Please accept. Yes. Okay, I forgot to bind it for more than 5 years, but Okay, they're trying to pass it immediately. 44% success chance? That's amazing. Wait, were they already trying to pass it, actually? I think they were. Well, I guess at least we give them some success chance. Professional army passed. Pretty nice. I guess I will go companies next. We could go food standardization or companies. Either seems fine. Go companies. Freedom of movement is nice for the migrants. Oh yeah, how close is India to passing the migration controls? Oh, they passed it. Have you gotten any migrations from India yet? Looks like no. But hopefully soon we will, because that would be pretty huge. Also, what's our mass migration attraction sitting at? It's sitting at 71. That's us at like fourth in the world or something, behind a bunch of South American countries. The USA is invading Mexico. It's not ideal though to support Mexico. That's really not ideal. France is trying to invade me because of it. Okay, yeah, that's not ideal. We're definitely gonna lose this war. Maybe I could have just declined the call to arms? I don't know. Probably would have been fine. First Indian mass migration. Pathan. I hate Pathan. Pathan is so bad. I'm pretty sure there's like 100,000 Pathans. It is basically zero Pathans, so yeah, that's unfortunate. That's what I'm talking about. 32,000 immigrants into Bihar. Very nice. Now it's zero again, but you know, we got 96,000 pops in 3 weeks. We like to see that. Hopefully it goes back up again at some point. It'll probably end up being a pretty good amount of migrants overall. We love to see it. Uh, some random. That's a very long culture name. Chat. No, I'm not gonna figure out how to pronounce that. That's impossible to figure out how to pronounce. A world to win. Okay, we'll get regulatory bodies. Always nice for the pop growth to level that up. I should also be leveling up healthcare. Oops. Hindustani mass migration to North Sumatra. Let's see how many migrants we can get from that. 4,000 a week. That's not great, but if we can stay. Oh, no, we're actually getting like zero from Hindustani. Okay, there we go. 58,000. It's so weird that it just like randomly jumps up. We're getting another 60,000 from central provinces. What is going on right now? Infinite migrants. We love to see infinite migrants, but I have a feeling this is only going to last a singular week. But I mean, you know, it's still infinite migrants, you know? 3 million migrants per year if this were to continue. It's obviously not going to continue. Yeah, after that 1 week, it's down to a more reasonable level. I'm gonna go for the final principle so that I don't have to have 10 members anymore, and then I'm gonna annex all these subjects because it's so annoying having random people joining against me in wars because of having these subjects. He will make the Philippines really, but I think fine. Once this war's over, we gotta annex our subjects. How in the world am I winning this battle? I have more troops in the battle than I started with. They're trying to pursue me, but it's just not working. This is so weird. This is so weird. Now they're panicked retreating. Easiest battle of my life. I'm so confused how I won that. 20,000 casualties to 400? What kind of battle was that? I'm so confused. I'll take it, but I'm just kind of confused about how that happened. Okay, yeah, the war's over now, so I'm gonna go for some annexations on our subjects. Okay, the first one has declined, unfortunately. I'm gonna try for universal suffrage, I think. Oh, it's only the labor movement that we have in government for this? That would be... I'm gonna bring the intelligentsia into government to help pass it. If we get universal suffrage, then we can try to go for, like, women's suffrage, and then we can try to go on to technocracy using the industrialists. Assuming that they have any clout, which they might not, but, you know, they'll have clout, and that'll be good. Getting technocracy is always good for the company slot, and women's suffrage is good for the workforce ratio. So far, I've been doing pretty good, but we're at the point where we have, like, no coal anymore and stuff, so resources are going to become a pretty big problem. I'm going to put a pretty big subvention on the import of coal, because I do think we're going to need a lot of imports of raw resources pretty soon. We might even want to get onto, like, free trade or something to be able to subvent more than 20%, because I don't know if 20% is going to be big enough. I actually had this army on defense, so that's why we weren't pushing into these guys. Okay, well, we'll actually push into them now and finish them off. Now we can go for Pontianak, finishing off Borneo. Now I can go for Surakarta. And they decline. Okay. Well, you're still getting annexed. Oh, I forgot to sign a mandate, and I got one. I'm gonna go food standardization 2. Yeah, we have 10 members right now, but here's our final annexation on Yogyakarta. Okay, they decline as well. Okay, I'm gonna start investing in combustion engine and compression ignition. Oh, wait, I only have 67 research speed? For real? Dang, okay, that's a big mistake. Yeah, I should be having like hundreds of unis at this point for sure. Probably like 250 unis. That's a big mistake. Oh, I got universal suffrage. I kind of just didn't realize that. The election's already taken place. It's crazy how sometimes I just don't realize things. Except that actually makes perfect sense. But we can just imagine that that's crazy. Um, Apparently we have zero legitimate governments. That's not ideal. Huh. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We have zero legitimate governments. I guess I'll go protectionism so that I can apply more tariffs and subventions. And I can't see this treaty with India because I don't want to give them money for no reason. The deficit is getting a little bit bad, but I think it'll be fine. I should probably just lower government wages. And yeah, it'll be fine probably, even though I'm not even using full construction right now. It is really bad. You just gotta believe, and then it will be fine. Oh, this building is not fully employing. Yeah, that's not ideal. Um, huh. Productivity on it is not very good. I guess I shouldn't build more if it's not gonna employ up anyway. Yeah. Where would glass actually employ up? Where do we have lead mines, I guess? West Borneo? Maybe I can build up some glass there and it will do a little bit better, hopefully. Hopefully we can get some productive glass going here. I'm spending so much on coal. Oh, it's because I went up to protectionism. Oops, I did not mean to import that much coal. Let's do a low subvention on coal now that we're on protectionism. That would explain why our deficit was so bad. Oops. Turned on max fertilizer so I can actually start getting some grain in our country, because yeah, grain prices in our country are very high. So I had a negative 15 legitimacy modifier. That's finally gone, so now I can start passing things. I need the intelligentsia government for feminism. Oh, I don't actually have the feminism tech researched. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Our tech spread from uni like too terrible, but it's gonna be a while till we get feminism probably. What do we want to pass in the meantime? I guess I could go for like parliamentary republic or something. That might be pretty good. Do the radicals like that? Yeah, radicals like parliamentary republic now, so I'll go to parliamentary republic. That'll make the trade unions happy, which is nice for the workforce ratio. You can build power plants. I guess just build those up to get some more wood. I can get lots more wood if I have some power. Get the electric sawmills going. And I'll probably want this for electric motors at some point. Oh, some shenanigans are going on in India right now. There's an Indian uprising. There's Bengal. There's coal. There's Patna. It's quite some shenanigans. Bengal has. Wait, well, I thought Bengal had 200 troops, but now they only have 27. Okay, so I guess Bengal is gonna lose then. Yeah, hopefully we can still get some migrants from the Indian uprising. Although they'll probably be less willing to migrate because now they are pretty highly accepted in their own country. Building up such a big trade center in West Java. I guess we should survey a skyscraper because the extra 25% trade capacity will actually be super good. Yeah, I would definitely love to have some more trade capacity. I would also really love to have some more pops in West Java. I should put a greener grass campaign in West Java and remove the enlistment efforts for now. Yeah, I really need more pops in West Java. I guess I'll just spam some greener grass campaigns in some of the best states of our country. I don't really know which states are best, but these ones are pretty good. I could go for like a coal company or whatever, but I think I want to hold out for a car company. Actually, I just unlocked cars. Let's start building cars. Do we have any states with like big amounts of unemployment or peasants? Basically nothing with peasants. I guess I should look at unemployment. Celebs? Yeah, okay, let's build up some factories in celebs. I actually don't know how to pronounce this. Celebes or is it celebs? Probably celebes. The Philippines has declared to increase autonomy. Well, that wasn't a very good idea, the Philippines. Now you're gonna get annexed. That's gonna be pretty nice. That means I guess we can try to move on to Australia as our next main thing of expansion. I think Australia will be pretty nice to conquer. Or I don't know if I want to conquer Australia. I mean, I kind of like taking Australia, but it would mean we'd basically be doing like Greater Oceania. I kind of consider Southeast Asia to be Greater Oceania. All of Indonesia is basically part of Oceania, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. It would make the borders like Australia would become the biggest part of our country instead of Indonesia. Maybe that's fine. The automobile factories are starting to get built up, so I guess I can go Indonesian Motor now. I don't have the authority to give this company monopolies. Okay, I can remove some greener grass campaigns. and then start giving this company more monopoly rights. Very nice. Let them buy this up pretty easily. And yeah, cars are usually pretty profitable. I'm starting to run convoy deficit again. That's not very nice. How dare y'all do this to me? I don't really want to kick them out of the market, but also I might just kind of have to. These guys have quite a bit of GDP. Peru has 40 million? That's insane. Okay, let's see what happens if I grant them their own market. Does this crash my GDP? It doesn't really. I'll just do that real quick. Get some convoys back. Well, I annexed the Philippines, bringing us up to 270 million GDP. That's pretty solid for Indonesia, I think. I feel like GDP per capita are so much lower in 1.10. Like, the top GDP per capita in the world is Finland at 9, and Croatia at 7, and it's 1893? I feel like GDP in general seems a lot harder to come by this patch, especially getting above a GDP per capita of like as much better than before. I can buy Malaya from Bengal. Very nice. They got basically a 100% chance of saying yeah. Nice. I wonder how Finland has such a higher GDP per capita than everyone else. Oh, it's a one-state country. Finland got the rest of their states annexed by Scandinavia. What are all of their workers doing? They're tooling. I think everyone is working in this tooling workshop. I guess 27 productivity is pretty good. Trade unions casually go like 3% clout to 26% clout because they won an election. That's quite the clout increase. These leaders are reckless. Normally I'd hate this, but I'm not really conquering much, so it doesn't actually matter that much. I'm gonna go for electric railways before completing compression ignition because I do need that for being able to make more motors. Because yeah, the motor PM is a lot more efficient once you get electric engines than steam engines. You get twice as many engines for a little bit of electricity and steel, and it's the same amount of workers, so that's a pretty big improvement. Parliamentary Republic is kind of nice, although it's, I guess, not that nice in our case. Yeah, it's not as important. Well, the industrialists got marginalized. That's how insane universal suffrage is. I guess I'll go women's suffrage now. I'm running negative 100% authority, so I guess it's time to remove greener grass campaigns. Freedom of movement 3, external trade 3, and I won't pick up food standardization 3 yet because it will hurt pop growth, but eventually I'll pick it up at the end because I am going to, I think, try to hit as high as an SOL as I can with however many pops we end up. Probably might end up going cooperative ownership, I think. Oh, that does require council republic or corporate state, though. But I do kind of want to try it. You know, it's been a while since I went cooperative ownership, and this patch has such low wages that it's kind of the only way I can get high SOL, I think. Got a pretty big surplus, so I guess I can invest in a bit more construction. I'll max out construction sectors on Borneo, and then I will also start investing in a little bit of a bigger university. I'll upgrade this by, yeah, like 150 levels, get up to level 400 uni, because we are still tech spreading quite a lot. Bro, my company is building a bunch of automotive industries in Uruguay because it can't build them in me? No, this is ridiculous. I need to remove my investment rights in Argentina, like, immediately. I'm withdrawing from this tree. No, I'm not building in Uruguay. This is insane. I need to remove all my investment treaties with these guys so that it stops trying to build automotive industries in Uruguay. Nice, GDP has hit 400 million. Growing quite nicely at the moment. I got electrical capacitors, so I guess I could try to swap up to the new PM that unlocks for furniture manufacturers. I haven't really used this one before. I haven't used it in a long time at least because it's so annoying, but I guess I can give it a shot this game. Let's see. Yeah, textiles are kind of expensive, so let's do this. And now that's going to give us an electricity shortage, but we can just build up some more electricity and it'll be fine. Yeah. And then I can probably like Java or yeah, here we got some textile mills, so let's swap it up to electric and then build like 20 more power plants. I'm tech spreading electric railways, so I guess I'll just go into compression ignition though. I think I'll probably not get around to annexing them, but I do kind of want to transfer Australia. I probably need a larger navy for that. I currently have a navy of 8,700 power protection. What are the British at? 20,000? Yeah, probably not quite strong enough. I'll invest in a little bit of a larger navy. We don't need quite as much power protection as them, probably, because they won't send everything over here, most likely, but we need at least a somewhat comparable size. I'll do a second fleet, so we have one that guards, like, the most important tile, and then we have another one that actually does the naval invasion on Australia. That seems like a pretty good idea. Bengal, please give me another migration. You got like 30% turmoil in Bengali, please. You just gotta give me another migration. How is there turmoil in the Celebes? This state is like super, super insanely high GDP per capita. How in the world is there turmoil here? That's insane. I guess I can top up the mass scale trading PM. That'll be nice. Yeah, that'll help out a little bit. Not a ton, but it's a nice thing to have on enabled. I guess I should build more trade centers here because, yeah, the construction efficiency penalty is quite big. I could pick up another resource company, but I mean, resources are limited, so I think I'm gonna pick up home good company because, you know, these companies aren't limited by realities of resources. We can just import more resources, surely. So it'll be fine. Oh yeah, I guess we don't have authority for monopoly, so I'll just have to privatize these industries. Women's suffrage lowers pop growth a bit, but the workforce ratio will be very nice for getting our GDP and SOL up a little bit. Although it doesn't help with SOL as much as GDP per capita because the pops that are in the workforce actually consume slightly more. I think I kind of want to go old age pension. It does reduce workforce ratio, but it increases minimum wage, and I kind of want to see if wages actually go up because in this patch wages are always like really low. Buildings just refuse to increase their wages as much as before. Like some profitable buildings, maybe they patched profitable buildings not employing. Now it seems like all the profitable buildings are actually employing. I don't know, but I know in the past they weren't employing, which is a bit of a problem. Or like very recently, I feel like it was in 1.4, so maybe not still a thing, but I think it is still a problem. It just maybe didn't happen to be the case. Yeah, like explosives should not be not hiring. I think they probably should be hiring. I don't know. I have a stronger navy than Russia, and I just got the up in the air event, so I think it's time to invade Australia. Transfer Australia for the low, low price of like 50 infamy. We will get ourselves in Australia. Actually going to annex it, but it'll be part of our territory or our subjects, I guess. Can I take British Western New Guinea? I don't know where it is. Huh. It's a bit annoying that I can't actually find where British Western New Guinea is. Doesn't matter too much because they would probably. Oh no, this is Australian Western New Guinea. Okay, that would explain why I couldn't find it. Get colonizing faster because it is very slow. If you want to colonize faster, I don't know what we need to do. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, we need malaria prevention. That's what we need to do. So I guess I'll research malaria prevention next, and then maybe go into macroeconomics. I should be able to beat their navy here as well as over here in Australia, where I'm going for naval invasion. I'm also blocking, so I assume that their troops will have low supply while defending. Or no, it looks like it doesn't affect them if their home is there. Or I guess maybe the tiles still have enough market access, even at 25%, to get supply to the army. I guess, maybe. Take a look at the barracks. Yeah, everything's just pretty expensive. But we're going to easily get into New South Wales and then push into the rest of Australia from there, which will be nice. And with our army defending here, they shouldn't be able to land us because only the Sumatra battle will actually be able to go because that's in the Sumatra Sea node. Apparently, New South Wales is not the capital of Australia. The capital is Tasmania. I'm going to build up some more electric plants in West Java because I do need to get some electricity going. Also, I actually got compression ignition, so that's nice. Yeah, that's actually super good. I should use that. Let's turn up mass production on our automotive industries. Also, I need to turn up to coal-fired power plants. And then once we get the going in West Java, we can swap up the motor industries to electric engines, which will be very nice. Yeah, I've got my 170 electric plants. Now I can swap up to electric engines. Very nice. That'll make our engines we'll have a lot of engines now, which will make our motor industries very, very profitable, hopefully. Yeah, 113 productivity. All right, I guess I'll build some more. Yeah, actually the private queue like can't build them, so I need to build more of these things. Yeah, let's get a couple hundred more. That'll help boost up our GDP some more. Transfer Australia. Australia is the greatest colony of Indonesia, it's clearly not a British colony. Anyone who claims Australia's a British colony, clearly don't know their history. It's time to start subventing automobiles to create infinite GDP. Kind of insane that the automotive industries won't employ up because they won't raise their wages when they have 95 productivity. That doesn't seem quite right. I guess I go up to health, and I'll start trying to level up the welfare institution so we can hopefully get some more minimum wage, and maybe that'll help out. I don't know. Maybe it'll help out. I don't really know. It's kind of crazy that tools are apparently more productive like this, or they're about the same productivity seemingly. How's the trade looking right now? And also, I guess I should look at what our raw resources are. The trade is really unprofitable at the moment. What are our raw resource prices at? Wood is still very cheap, so that's good. Iron is base price. We're importing a lot of iron apparently. The world market has it kind of cheap. Coal is cheap. Sulfur is cheap. Yeah, all of our resources are pretty good. I guess I'll put a small subvention on the import of lead. Got a pretty big mass migration from Gujarati in Bengal. Actually, it's not bringing that many pops. Or is it bringing any pops? Maybe it's just people in our own country are going to West Java, I guess. I guess I'll pick up one of these munitions companies for explosives plus sulfur. Should probably get a little bit more authority if possible to just pick up, what's it called? I want to get a trade rights charter on one of my companies so I can get throughput on my trade centers. That would be pretty good. Also, I should maybe use diesel pump on like coal and iron and stuff. This is probably worth doing. Yeah, that'll be a little bit nice. Should maybe subvent import of oil. It's still cheap enough for now. I'll put a small subvention on it. Are we trying to export oil? Apparently I'm trying to export oil. I'm gonna put a maximum tariff on that to stop that from. I guess I really need to conquer Landfang, you know. This would not be very cool if I didn't conquer Landfang. My borders would be so ugly. Apparently I have too good of relations with Landfang to conquer them. I just granted leadership to a slightly more popular character, and now I have just enough authority to give trade rights. I guess I'll give the trade rights to the motor company. It doesn't really matter. And then I'll go back down to very low gov wages for now, and then I can privatize all my trade centers, and hopefully they'll slowly get bought out by the company, and that'll give them a lot more throughput if that does end up happening. I'm gonna try to ask the Australians to pass frontier colonization because them not owning Wadi is so ugly. I just set all the remaining motor industries in my country onto electric engines, which is probably going to make quite a lot more of these profitable. What are our motor industries that need electricity right now? Like a Malaya, these ones don't have enough electricity. Am I building up more electricity from picking the most profitable ones? Yeah, I am. Good to see. I'm going to press the subsidize button on automotive industries to get them to actually employ up, because they're so profitable, but they don't want to fully employ for some reason. So I'll just subsidize them, and hopefully that'll actually make them employ. Yeah, this does actually make them employ, good. The investment pool is wasting all of its money at this point. It's decided it doesn't want to spend its money anymore, for the most part at least. It's got 200 million saved up. So it'd be good if we could go cooperative ownership, but unfortunately, that does not look very good right now. Maybe I could hire some generals to increase it, but I kind of don't think so. I mean, the people are just massive. 38% clout is insane. I guess they got a ton of executives, an admiral, and yeah, the communists just have like nothing. How much do they have in votes? They've got 287 million in votes. These guys have 736 million? That's so much. Wow. Maybe at the next election they'll win more, hopefully. The next election should actually be very soon. 2nd of December 1902. That's like roughly 6 months away, right? Oh yeah, I guess I can expel diplomats from Landfang so that we can actually conquer them finally. Yeah, we can finally conquer them. I guess we didn't manage to open China's borders. I don't think there's a. Oh, actually, they're on protectionism, so I guess we could have law commitment China. Maybe we could do it after this war. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go for Landfang in this war. I don't think I'm gonna go for anything other than that because it'd be pretty hard to land China. I think. Or actually, maybe it wouldn't be that hard. What? I canceled my defensive pact. I don't think this gives me untrustworthy country, right? Yeah, it doesn't. We're fine. Bankruptcy right now. Yeah, they're actually unrecognized regional powers. So I guess I could protectorate China, which, you know, is very tempting, but I'm playing tall today, so I don't think that's gonna happen, you know. I mean, maybe it'd be it would be fun, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, or it wouldn't be fun. It would actually be it would be good for high GDP, but it's really actually annoying to have to queue up so many buildings from China. China had actually just backed down. Okay, that's pretty nice. We get all of West Borneo now. Indonesia border is looking pretty solid. Now I just gotta deal with New Guinea. France, will you give me my New Guinea stuff? Let's see. 7,500. And I want Eastern New Guinea first. And I'll owe you an obligation. And what do you want? Let's see. You want some ammunition? Yes. Okay. You want some artillery? No, that's a lie. Uh, Is ammunition actually the only thing that France has a deficit of? No, apparently they also want telephones. Okay, I'll give you some telephones, France. And yeah, that basically will give me Eastern New Guinea. And then I guess I can probably no, they decline that? That's very unfortunate that they decline that. Why is this -2? Oh, they're antagonistic towards me? Oh, I'm so confused why this is -2. Okay, there we go. Now it's, what? Why is it not showing me the -1,000 from not a big enough improvement? I don't actually know why. But I'll promise to not trade clothes, okay? Give me history now, please. Thank you. Now, I'll also ask for Eastern New Guinea from the British, I guess. I don't know if the British are going to be willing to give it to me. I think if I do enough stuff, I can get it from them. Yeah, Eastern New Guinea. Oh, it's 150 value. That might make things a little bit tricky. But I can do no subventions on coal, no subventions on fish, no subventions on fruit, and no subventions on groceries. Oh no, I don't need that. These two are good enough. Now, no tariffs on fish, no tariffs on fruit. Prohibit trade with world market on. No, I don't want to prohibit trade of coal. Actually, what am I okay with prohibiting trade of? Groceries and lead. Now I can take a goods transfer from the UK on whatever they have a lot of. Not steel. Tobacco, you have a lot of. I will take a lot of your tobacco. Yeah, I'll take like 2,000. And that'll give me a decent chance of them accepting. No, they decline. Okay, that's unfortunate. Is there actually anything I can do for more acceptance? I don't think there is, so I guess I'll try to work on getting another treaty with France done where I buy their other half. Or no, I can't. I need to wait for the 5 years or else I'll have the big penalty, I guess. Now I'm gonna go for Dutch Western New Guinea. They decline. Okay, we'll also take East New Guinea then. Eastern New Guinea. East Micronesia, where's that? There, that's there. Okay, yeah, I'll primary all of these. Apparently the Netherlands and Europe got full annexed by the North German. Interesting. Where's their capital then? Let's take a look. Capital is in Guyana. Looks like in the recent election, the Communist Party got quite a bit more of the votes and now has a bit more reasonable of a share of the clout. So maybe I could try to go Council Republic. Yeah, it's actually 36% success. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, if we can get Council Republic through, that would be super nice because cooperative ownership will massively increase our SOL. Nice, I managed to hit #1 GDP per capita over the Grand Duchy of Finland and their great tooling empire. Yeah, they got 91 tooling workshops, employing 270,000 of the 360,000 workers there. I guess I'll pick up an oil company, because I don't really know what else to do with my final company slot. I guess good I didn't go technocracy, because I have no clue what I would spend another company slot on. I mean, I guess I could go like a coal company or whatever, but it would be kind of useless. I don't know. I guess I'll privatize my oil rigs. It'll help out a little bit, but it's not going to be super significant because I assume we're importing most of our rubber or most of our oil at this point. No, actually not. It's just over 50% is still coming from ourselves. The trade centers in West Java are actually really productive, so I guess it's time to build some more trade centers, get up to over 1,000 in West Java. So I tried out cooperative ownership, and it's actually like terrible for GDP. Because I still have the reinvestment problem where it's just not spending my reinvestment. So like even command economy, I'd kind of rather go than cooperative ownership, but I'm not gonna go either, I think. We'll see how much we can get our SOL up without that. I think we can probably get it to, so we'll see. France is for some reason invading a British uprising, but once they take over Eastern New Guinea, I think I'm gonna invade France for their stuff in New Guinea, because obviously New Guinea is rightful Indonesian territory. But yeah, I'm gonna cancel passing Council Republic because I don't want to have to deal with that. We're getting actually a ton of radicals right now, which is not ideal, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I actually got way more reinvestment under cooperative ownership than I expected. Like, my reinvestment was basically the same as it is right now under cooperative ownership because the workforce just gives the dividends into the companies. It's quite surprising. Did not expect it to be like that. So, a little bit more SOL, but the SOL is just coming from your upper strata, so it really doesn't increase demand that much, unfortunately. Okay, France won the uprising, so now I'm going to invade France for French Eastern New Guinea and French Western New Guinea. Now, I could take all these islands, but I don't really feel like it. I'm just going to go for this as my war. Pretty nice little bit of stuff. Oh, we hit 1 billion GDP. That's nice. Also, we got a Bengali mass migration on. Like to see it. The army isn't too huge, but with the power of Navy, I'm pretty sure we can win this war anyway. Just like blockade the New Guinea and naval invade everything, and we should be fine. I'm gonna ask China to pass no migration or migration controls because that would be very nice to actually get some migrants from China. If they pass it. They might end up ending the game before they pass it, but if they don't, if they do, then that would be kind of nice to get some Han mass migrations or whatever. I really should have done it earlier, but I only recently realized they actually have protectionism. Australia refused to pass frontier colonization. How dare they? That's evil. I really would like to go this PM. Do we have telephones in our market? Yeah, we actually do. So I'll just go onto telephone switchboards. That'll give me some more bureaucracy because I want to level up social security. I believe leveling up social security is going to really help our SOL. My goal is to be #1 SOL, other than maybe Sardinia Piedmont because they're cheating. Okay, Sardinia Piedmont is cheating because they have 9,000 people. I guess I could try to conquer them and give them to France. No, Krakatoa eruption. Actually, this is like near the historical date. Um, yeah, that's not ideal. That's very bad. Krakatoa just erupted. Okay. Yeah, how do we deal with that? Oh, I should level up healthcare to 5. But yeah, that's not going to be good for the economy. That's for sure. I can tell you that much, you know. I'm basically a genius if I can tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, that crushed our GDP by like 200 million. We've got 8 months left of tsunami and probably quite a while left of devastation. I really need to emergency relief West Java. How do I get the authority for that? Max gov wages? No, that brings me to 0 authority. Do we have any ruler that's more popular that we could get? No? Maybe I can look for some popular trade unionist, because I also don't like this guy's cruel, so it'd be nice to replace him anyway. Maybe I can find a trade unionist who's popular. Um, this one maybe? 85 popularity? Or we could do this one. Yeah, they're actually only 56, so that seems fine. Let's do that. Grant leadership. Then we can bring in the Agrarian Party, or which one's actually going to have more members? Because that's what we need to look at. Yeah, we need to look at which party has more members. So, here, interest groups. Yeah, okay, looks like the rural folk have relatively few members, so we can bring in the rural folk to government, kick them out, and now we have this ruler, which means we have over 50 authority, meaning I can give emergency relief there, which will then give a 20% chance to reduce devastation by 5% each. Okay, I occupied all of New Guinea now. Very good. France capping 1.1 per week, so it's going to take a while, but they will eventually cap. My budget is just sort of collapsing. I don't really know why. I don't think my budget should be collapsing this badly. I mean, I guess taxes are sort of down, but I feel like I should be still making decent. I guess, oh, I'm not even on very high taxes, I guess. But I need more legitimacy. I guess I don't have terrible legitimacy. This should be fine, right? Hopefully. I mean, got a bunch of radicals from decreases in standard of living, but I also got a bunch of loyalists from that, so it should be fine. I think we're good. We're sitting at 22 SOL right now, which I mean is pretty amazing. Sure, everything will be fine. Oh wow. Welfare payments means you at level 5 welfare payments, you pay people who are making the normal wage welfare? That seems a little bit strange. Because that's gonna mean that our welfare payments are gonna massively spike after welfare 5, isn't it? Instead of 600,000 welfare payments, now it's gonna be after the Monday tick. Um, 500,000 welfare payments. That is quite the jump. So yeah, we're probably gonna be ending off the run soon after we hit whatever SOL we can in GDP and stuff. But hopefully devastation is running out, right? Oh, we still have a while left on devastation. That's not ideal. This is quite the SOL jump. Billions of welfare, not billions of welfare, but like 70 million a year in welfare payments is quite insane. Pretty soon France is gonna go negative war support, but I guess we're still not gonna ask them for this. Yeah, actually we're gonna do like negative 50 war support or something. More than negative 50 at least. The French are finally willing to accept peace. Finally. Our debt situation is not ideal right now, but we've got a decent amount of money. It's fine. How dare Australia own this tiny little province here? I kind of want to seize it from them. Why is it not letting me use take state on Australia? Oh, it's a growing colony. Oh, that's so annoying that it's a growing colony because they don't have a colonial law. Oh, that's evil. No, the Australians are so evil. How could you do this to me? They're gonna, I mean, I don't think they're just gonna take them so long to pass it. How could you do this to me? So wages are currently decreasing. You know, that's illegal. Wages are only allowed to go in one direction, and that's up. So I'm gonna pass workers' protections. I'm also gonna go down on welfare by a level because I don't want to go bankrupt yet. And yeah, running plus 150% welfare payments is just instant bankruptcy, basically. Insane. 2 million welfare payments. I'm gonna conquer Sardinia Piedmont just so I can give them to France because them being Naval is rival. You know, I want to be the number one SOL with like 30 SOL, but Sardinia Piedmont's SOL will just keep on climbing until it's above us. Yeah, I guess I do need to actually naval invade the Sardinia Piedmontians. And yeah, this one shouldn't be that hard. Sardinia Piedmont doesn't even have an army. Level 4 social security, our balance is now positive again, which is quite nice. Once we get workers' protections, our wages should go massively up. And then I'll probably end up going back to Social Security 5 for the end, so we can get a insane SOL of like over 30. I think it'll be my first time getting over 30 SOL, other than the run where I had like 1,000 pops as Britain. I'm gonna start increasing welfare again, I think. Because hopefully we'll pass and let's take our next tick. And then, yeah, we're kind of running out of credit. I just need to figure out what to do and go for it. Workers' protections passing is gonna create a semi-wage spiral. And then once you get work this up to level 5 again, the wage spiral will really happen, and we'll start paying absurd welfare as well. It's a thing. I don't think it's going to be a very good thing, but it is certainly going to be a thing. Um, yeah, GDP is not doing as good as I would have hoped. Definitely. Definitely was hoping for a bit more, but it is what it is. If we can get like 30 SOL, you know, I'm okay with that. Um, that's not a gas. Come on. You know you want to let me pass workers' protections game. I'm gonna reset the social security thing because I don't want to do it too close to passing workers' protections. So you have a little bit of time for wages to spiral up. Workers' protections. Looks like we have our new highest GDP we reached this run, but it's still not great. Yeah, we really peaked at around 1 billion, unfortunately. I guess the Krakatoa eruption is sort of the reasoning for that, but yeah, Krakatoa eruption is probably a big part of that. Okay, now we just sort of wait for social security, or when it's close, we start mega deficit spending and see how high our GDP can go in SOL. I think wages should start spiraling up. Let's take a look at like these oil rigs. Yeah, their wages are going up by 2.5% last week. What are they going to go up by this week? 2%. Where the automotive industry's at? Yeah, that's quite a decent wage. Is it going to keep going up? Yeah, it is. Good. Due to the wage spiral, we have like 4 million unemployed people because I guess there's not enough buildings that are actually able to hire people at the new required wages. Okay, we cut welfare 5, and now we're running negative 2.5 million. Time to go like minimum taxes. Actually, I think this might do some weird stuff with wages based on some previous experience, but we'll see. We remove consumption tax. Let's keep government wages low actually, because I don't want to run out of money like instantly. But I will subvent automobiles to the max. Now it looks like we've got like 15 weeks or something of money. We'll see what ends up happening to wages. Are wages now collapsing? Oh, yep, wages are indeed collapsing. Why in the world are wages collapsing? Please stop collapsing. This is so weird that wages are collapsing because of, I'm pretty sure it's because of low taxes. If I go up to high taxes, let's see what happens to the wages. Next money tick. And yes, they're increasing. No, they're still decreasing. Okay, I don't know why wages are decreasing. I guess I'll go down to minimum taxes and we'll just see what happens. 8.7 SOL, that's pretty good. See what we can end up reaching. I'm pretty sure we can reach 30 SOL. Come on, we can definitely reach 30 SOL. Food 3 is actually something we need for that. That'll put me at 29.8, I think. That should, yeah, 30 SOL reached. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we could have done a little bit better, but this seems like a pretty good run. I mean, this deficit is like unstable, but yeah. Oh, I actually forgot to give this back. I promise this was not part of my secret plan to keep Indonesian Provence. Let's just give this to France real quick. Oops. Yeah, okay. France can have their Provence back. Well, yeah, this is where I'm going to be ending off the run. We managed to hit 30 SOL, which I think is maybe the highest SOL I've reached, at least in a very long time. Yeah, it's pretty good. Especially because we only have like a little bit from prestige goods. Like, it's only like +1 from prestige goods on most pops, I think. Yeah, got pretty low prestige good consumption. If you could get more prestige goods, that would pretty much be the main way to get more standard living than this, I think. Because our wages are really high right now. Also getting more workforce ratio, I guess, and having resources, because, yeah, we're very lacking in resources. Looks like a lot of the unemployment ended up getting solved. We're down to just like 2 million. I think we had like 3 million or something. Yeah, we can look at some things before we end off the run. Metalworks, 800k profit. Most companies are sitting pretty low profit. Motor company is almost 8 million profit. The reason the profit on most of these companies is so low, I think, is because the workforce is just demanding like almost all the profits as wages, except for that steel mill, maybe. No? Well, I think for most of our companies, that's going to be a big problem. That most of the workforce is just stealing all the money in wages. But the wages on all these buildings are actually really low. Huh. Seems like wages have been decreasing for some reason. I'm not really sure why wages are decreasing after we have 100% minimum wage. But that does seem to be happening for some reason. So yeah, I'm not really sure why, but it is happening. We can look at the culture map mode. I think everything is pretty much normal here except for Javan taking over North Borneo. Yeah, that looks like the only thing that isn't normal. Did Australia end up passing frontier colonization? Oh, they did, so I can actually seize this from them. Except I can't, because they have too much liberty desire. No! I could give them all of Western New Guinea just to seize it. That is certainly a thing that I could do. Sure, Sure, we'll do it, just because I hate that border. Okay. Get 28 infantry for that is crazy. But, yeah. It feels harder to get pops as a tall country in 1.10 than 1.9, because sometimes you get mass migrations that just give you 0 pops. You also sometimes get really big ones, but like a lot of mass migrations just barely give any pops at all. Like we had a UA mass migration, I think, here that only gave me like 300,000 pops, or min. Which, is kind of bad, because we got like 30,000 in a single week, and then it just like stopped randomly. Which can be very annoying. Like if you look at some of these mass migrations, or you get like 0 into, let's take a look at West Borneo. Yeah, there's literally 0 migrants here, even though there's a Bageli and Greek mass migration target. Java's historical population growth during this time period is so insane that we actually have less Javan pops than I think that they had historically. We only have 28 million. Apparently in the 1920 census, they had like 35 million in Java. So yeah, we have less Javans than historical, even though like we have massive assimilation and stuff. It's impossible pretty much to reach historical. We barely beat the historical population in Java, which is just kind of insane. The historical population growth here was so high. Hashtag paradox add like 1,000 arable land to West Java. Anyway, yeah, that's me rounding off the video, so goodbye.